Hi everyone, this is Vicki, and I have been playing around with these dies in the past week, and so I thought I would come on and show you the things I've been making playing around with these dies. So the first thing I wanted to do, in the beginning of the week, I thought I would make a little booklet. So I was just doing a prototype to play around with what these dies would do. And so I came up with this. This is a little booklet. I like to make these a lot, these little things, and it's just fun for me to make it. And so I did this with some, let's see, what is that called? The Bristol paper. I think it's Strathmore Bristol paper, and it's pretty smooth. And then I also put some vellum in between them. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but this was just a prototype for me to get started doing something. So the paper I used on here is this Tim Holtz. It's collage paper. It's like tissue paper. It's real thin, and it's the topography. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of fun. I like it a lot. I think I got that one on Amazon. I have about 3 different papers like that. But this one has the pins on here. You can see that. And has some writing and some those graph papers and things. I also did a little bit of embossing on the edge here, and then distressed it. I did some sewing, which I decided that I wasn't going to do. I was going to do the top sewing on the cover and see how the inside comes out a lot better with the sewing. And so I will do other stamping and different kinds of collaging inside as well. But just to do this, it feels really nice, the paper on top of cardstock. And then I did, I think I have, this is my stash, this die is in my stash, but the paper I used was the Tim Holtz paper. It's that one that has the cardstock on the, what is it, the craft. It's the shiny, and then on the back it's the craft paper. So I think I used that one for a majority of these little labels. And I made this, which is this little label here. And this one was interesting to make. I did this, took a long time to figure out how to do this. If you take the little letters out, then it isn't straight. And so I was trying to put them down and it wasn't coming out. So I finally figured out that this is the way I like it. I used these brads from Paper Studios, Hobby Lobby, and I did use my alcohol inks that are in the background there. That background, and I think this one is Smolder. And so what I did for those was to make a little card. So I learn as I go when I play. So I learned that if I put the colors down on here, then I know, and write it down, that I know what colors these are. So this is the original of this, because it's hard to find these little brads that have this, small little end. I mean, I haven't seen it. I don't go shopping a lot, but this I used this, and I was just kind of dipping it first, and that doesn't work. So what I figured out is to get the, put them in here first, and then just get the, you have to shake these up a lot too, because see, I don't know what that, I think that's the ball, the shaker ball. I haven't used these in a long time, so shake them up if you buy these. Anyway, I think this is the best way to do it, is to make a hole and then just do all your colors and then set them aside to dry. It takes a while to dry on the metal, and then you can take them out and use them. So I did this one with the smolder, and I did it kind of distress it. When I put it in, it wasn't completely dried, and so when I pressed it down, it caused it to be distressed like that. So I thought, well, I like that look. So by accident, yeah, we'll keep it that way. Otherwise, I could just put a drop of that paint on there, of the liquid, alcohol ink, right? I was going to say, I can't remember the name, but I distressed that. Anyway, so that's what I came up with in the beginning. Now I'm going to redo this and, you know, do a closure so I could keep it together. The little, let me see what that is. This embossing folder I use a lot, and I really love it. It's a Spellbinders, but I don't have the packaging, so I can't tell you what this is called. But this is from Spellbinders. And then, let me show you the next thing I made. Okay, so a while ago, before the before we were on lockdown, many years ago, I made this, and I put it aside. It was the only one I made, and I put it aside, and you know, just this is my playing with colors and with the papers, and so I just enjoyed just playing, and I made this, and I really like how it came out. So I did make another one last year, and even at that one, I don't remember exactly how I did it, but I mean, as far as the color and everything, but I remembered I did do some, during this time I made this one, I was working on playing with the shoe polish, and I saw a video that you use shoe polish. Right, I don't think this is the one that I used, but I decided to go down that route. And so I got some file paper, you know, file, you know, the file folders, and I put this on, this shoe polish on this, on the back, I mean on the front, and on both sides. I did this on both sides. This was a trial to see, you know, what happened. So it does come out very pretty dark. I tried to lighten it a little bit and put some little white paint on it, some gesso. And then I put it, it was still wet, and it feels real leathery. That's what they say, that this shoe polish on paper makes it feel like leather. And so I decided to emboss it while it was still wet, and that's what I got with the embossing folder I just showed you from Spellbinders. So that's one I used, and that was the first one. And then I used another one. Let's see, I used another one to make this folder. So I cut it out using that, and I made this out of the shoe polish. This is the shoe polish. So it comes out very dark, but I like it. And I did sew this one, and this came out really nice. So, and then I also used leather. I have some leather, and I used the, where is it? It's here, but I'll show you on the back side. Okay, this one. I use this one and cut these out. Okay, what it does, it just cuts around the top part, and it doesn't cut through this because look how thick it is. So what I do is I pull it down, and then beyond this cut here, I cut the rest with the scissors. And then it comes out fairly good. Now the center doesn't come out either, so I use my awl to push through this, and it comes out. So that's what that looks like, and I really am pleased with how it comes out. If you use really thin leather, like this one's pretty thin, it will pretty much cut this out, because this is very thin leather. I just have little pieces that I buy from Amazon in a packet, and I just, you know, because I don't make big purses or anything, I just use them to play with. So this is one of the pieces of leather that came in the packet of, you know, they cut out their pieces when they're making things, and they sell the rest of the leather. So that's what I did. I also got this all in Amazon. And so this is the little, it's a coin pocket, I guess it's called. And it came out so cute. I really love it. And this here is waxed cording that I also got on Amazon. I'll show you that in a second. And so this wraps around. It wraps around really nicely. I like the way it works. And I knot at the end. And I could put beads on there as well. I thought of that later. But anyway, that was the next step. And then, of course, I made this one the same way. I made the other one. And, see, this is the original one that I made from when I was playing with it, with the packet when I first got it, these dies. And that's what that one looks like. So, that was the very first one. Okay, so then I just made a few more using the same embossing folder, and I just love it because it looks like leather. And this is the same thing. And this one I use the rose gold to cover these. So you can imagine, look at how different it looks. So it really works. And then I just use some twine. And then on this one, this is my wallpaper from, what, 30, 40 years ago. So, yeah, I just love this wallpaper. It's so pretty. And so I did do a little bit of stamping like Anna was showing us. And that one is a background stamp that I got. Let's see if I have it. Yeah. I got these background stamps, you know, from my haul of the thrift store the last time I showed. And I just had picked up 4 of them of this type. And what I noticed was on the back of these, not this one, but these are only $1. I think Anna was showing this one. But on the back it says I.O. So, Impression Obsession. So these I got for $1. And these are all, I think they're all Impression Obsession because that's what it says on the back. I.O. So anyway, I did stamp it with this. On the background of this, I think it came out pretty good. Oh, I didn't do the splatters that she does. I love all her tips and tricks that she gives us. And let me show you the other box of, this is the box that I got of the what is it? The wax thread that I used on this one, but I really like it. This stuff, and they use this for leather to sew the leather pieces. So yeah, I have that in my stash. What was I saying? So and then I did this one, and I stamped that the stamp that I got from Red Rubber. Is it Red Rubber? redleadpaperworks.com. So I stamped that Sing on here that I have, and then I also use some random. I keep it on a block like this. It's like a stamp, and then the lines that go across when it's. So I stamped both of them, so you can see that faintly in the back. So I think that's came out real cute. And then this is also the this piece I used is this one. So and then I just backed it with the brown paper. And on this one, I just have some twine. And this one is the one that has this, with that stamp on the back in the series. And I just, to get this little mottled look, I used just the stamp like this, and I had the paper, and I just pushed the paper over the paper over, you know, the little frame on top of the little pad, and just dotted it on, and it comes out like that. And it's craft paper, the other side of the gold from Tim Holtz. So that's how I did that one. And I'm yet to put the series of what it's going to be on the back. So I'll probably make something like those cards, because I can't think right now what those cards are called, the art cards. So I'll probably do a series of those kind of things and put them in here, put them in these little envelopes. So nothing was made for this one, but this, I made that. And then the last one I did was this one. And this one is a very light color, turned out, using just the vintage photo, and just rubbing, you know, it on across lightly. So, and this is one I had in my stash, and I think I made a bunch up. I stamped it and then cut them all out, and then I put this one on top. And then on the back, I did paper with the with that wallpaper of mine, my old wallpaper. And I used this twine that I got from Michael's, which is on a big roll. Here it is. So Ashland. And then when you take it apart, it comes out like this. This is just one of the strands that are in here, amazingly. And the other two strands, there's 3 strands I think, are still together. I just took one strand off. So you just open it up and you get 3 strands of these, and it comes out like this. I love this. So, so I put these on here. This is this light one here, make it light, is the rose gold of the alcohol inks. I think it's copper, but the very light is rose gold. And so it comes out really pretty. So it's very light. And then I put the backing with this, with the wallpaper, a punch, and I used a punch I have. It's you can use any one, but you can also use this too and punch it out. But I just had this, so I just punched it out. And what is the size? Doesn't say. Sorry. I don't think it says. Might be an inch or I don't know. It's a Fiskars. Sorry. So just use what you have, I suppose. Or if you have this, use this. And then I put it through here, and I just put a little card like this, using that part of the Sizzix die, this one here. And so that's what I made. So those are the only ones that I've done so far. It was fun to make these, and I will be doing more probably next week. I've got grandchildren this weekend, so I'm kind of busy, but I love it. It came out really cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you'd like me to help you with how to do the little signs like this, some tips on that, and some tips on what else could I give tips on? On how to do these things, maybe. Just let me know, and I will do a little tutorial next week. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that, and have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.